Hello children, let's learn self-portrait with pencil shading.
Now children, the first thing we have to take is the good quality black and white printout. Can you see? I can see the features very clearly. Now we will cut along the boundaries. Once we have cut the printout like this children, we will divide it into half. We can use a scale and a pencil to just make a straight line like this. Do not make it more dark, just visible enough so that you can cut it along. Just cut it into two equal parts. Now paste one side, either left or right, whichever you feel comfortable. Paste one side. I am pasting the left side so that I can draw the right side. You can use any side children, whichever you are comfortable, you can use that. Now this is done and we will just make sure that it is coming properly like this. We will just keep it and we'll try to draw like this or on the photograph itself and do it with a little pressure. I'm doing the outline of my cutout like this. Do it with little pressure so that there is an impression created on the sheet. It might not be visible right now children, but I will draw it on so that you can see that. Now children, I'll just make some more deeper lines so that the impression comes on that. I'll make the nose, the eyes like this. Just make it as dark, but make sure children you do not tear the cutout. It should be dark enough so that there is an impression that is created on the sheet below. You are able to see the impression children. You will just draw on the impression. Simply draw it. You can use a little lighter pressure or just draw it lightly so that you can able to see the picture like this. Now I have made some eyes and eyeshadows. Now you can use any kind of pencil children, HB or 2B pencils for this. I am using right now 6B pencil because I feel that is more soft, but you can use any pencil whichever is comfortable. My preference will be the 4B pencil so that it is easy for you to make the darker tones and also the lighter tones. Right, so I have created the impression. Now you can see my figure drawing is almost done. The face drawing is done, the line. Now observe the shades children here. Can you see the lightness and the darkness in the picture? Observe it very carefully. Once you are observing the shades, then you will able to understand where to create pressure, how much pressure you have to create, right? So this is very important that the first half you have to see where you are able to see the dark or the light shades. Now children, I am drawing from the forehead. I can see some dark areas here. The shade is created. So with a very light pencil, I am shading. I use circular motion most of the time. You can use the straight line or the cross hatching, whatever you feel like, but just make it very light, right? Even on the hair right now, you have to make it light and then gradually we will increase the pressure to create the darkness, but not right now. First you apply the pencil lightly like this. So at the edges, most of the time you can observe this children, even on the edges and under the eye or the eyeball there is a little darkness, right? So right now I'm creating that so that you can see. Now children, I am just creating a shade near the areas where I can find little darkness, like on the edges, the sides of my face, or the side of the nose like this. Children, can you see? You all, because it is a 3D, right? We have to create a 3D impression. So the side of the face, under the eyes, or side of the hair like this, right? The nostril part, I'm not darkening it, I'll just create the first tone, right? The lightest tone right now. Now on the cheekbones, I will leave the cheekbones because it will be uplifted once I will just create the first tone near the lips or below the chin area, as you can see, or in the side areas like this. So it will automatically get highlighted. Now see children, I am starting to building the second tone. Now in the second tone, as I always say, that you have to increase the pressure. Now children, this is you have to really observe how much pressure you have to put, how much lightness you have to show, how much darkness you have to give at a particular point. Like the area near my hair will obviously be a little more darker than the areas near my cheeks or near the middle of the forehead. So like this. Now I'll start building the middle tone in my hair also like this. Can you see? It's not very dark, just a little middle tone. And once as I gradually proceed towards the sides, I also starts finishing my eyebrows as well as my hair with the middle tone. So children, you have to gradually build it. You need not be in a hurry that okay, you have to apply the first, second, third tone immediately, as and when you have applied. You have to gradually build it. You can use the eraser children if you feel, but make sure you use it with the very light hand, with a very gentle hand, in case you feel that okay, this tone I have not put right. So like this. Now this is the my ear, and I am just creating the middle tone here like this. So this is my ear. Here it is a little darker, so I'm just doing the dark here. So now children, whenever we do pencil shading, it's very important that you have to also make sure that you have to be patient. You have to really make sure that your pressure and your hand movement is not very rigid. At the same time, it should not be very clumsy, right? So you have to create that pressure. You have to do it with very with lot of patience. Now children, can you observe my neck here? I'm doing my neck. So this side of my neck is little darker. So as I am creating the lightest tone first, and I'm gradually creating that lighter tone along with my hair right now here. Why I'm doing this? So that I can see how much pressure I have to put near my chin area or the neck like this. Can you see children? So this is the way you also have to proceed. It will come through practice. It might be possible that in the first attempt you might not be able to get it, but the more you practice, the better you will become. Now children, we'll start making the shirt. We'll create in the similar manner the way we have made the face. We will do the light tone and then gradually increase our pressure to create the middle and the dark tones. But children, if you can observe that my shirt is not having much of the darkness, right? It is not having the dark tones. Mostly it is in the light or the middle tones. So you need not create the dark tone. We'll finish it with the middle tone itself. So children, this is also very important, because every time at every place you might not be having the three tones, or you have to play between the middle or the dark tones, so, or the light tones you have to only create. So that you have to see, right? So the softness of the drapery or the softness of the clothes should also be taken into consideration. Now coming back children, now once I have created the middle tone in my clothes, now I am coming back to my neck so that I can develop that. Now I am creating the middle tone and the highlight part. Now children, for the highlight part I can use an eraser like this. I will just keep it on the particular area and just apply a little pressure, and it will only erase whatever pressure I have given. That's it. So that creates a
Good.
highlight. So this is important. Similarly, in the hair also, we can just use the edge of the erasers to rub and to make these lines. Now this will give an effect of a depth in the hair. So this is also one way to create the shade in the hair area, or the areas which are more darker, like this, right? Now children, we have used the middle tone and the light tone in the hair area, right? Now for the darkest part in the hair area, because it's still not very dark, so for that we can use a color pencil, a black color pencil, or a Staedtler or a charcoal pencil if you feel like. But I prefer to use a color pencil because it blends with the pencil, HB pencil, nicely, like this. It also sharpens the whole composition. It gives a very good effect. Now children, as you can see, now can you see, leaving the edges, I am coloring my hair, or I am shading the hair with the color pencil. Why I am doing this? Because I want to blend it. I simply can't use the color pencil near my skin area. It needs to be blended. So for that gradual effect, I have to color the hair area and gradually blend it with my skin area. Now see children, how I am just gradually merging to create the depth, the color pencil. Now children, one more thing is very important, the eye. I have done it in the last, since the eye area is very delicate, so I'm just building the eye area like this. I have already created the light and the middle tone. Now I am just smudging it, or I can say I'm blending it in the highlighted area. Now children, once you are confident, and you feel that you have done the light and the dark tones, then you can apply the pencil just to define the eye area, the color pencil. To avoid smudging, you can use a sheet below, like this, the way I have done. Highlight the eye area with the color pencil, but make sure children, when you use color pencil, then you should be very confident where you are using. Try to use it minimum, and then take a break, use color pencil, then see whether I have used it right or not, because it's very difficult for you to erase the color pencil. So that is why I always insist of using color pencil in the end. When you build one area, then see, if you feel you need to use the color pencil, then you use it. As you can see children, now my portrait is almost finished and it has come out beautifully. I'm just giving the final touches. Here it is. Thank you children. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something new today. Bye from my side. Bye.